Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of thrilling, suspenseful, and fascinating stories, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Scary Story, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest stories. Title: The Bus Driver. It was a cold, eerie night. The streets were desolate, cloaked in an unsettling silence. Robert, the driver of an old bus, was on his final shift for the night. A seasoned driver for over 25 years, he knew every road and every turn like the back of his hand. But tonight felt different. As Robert lit a cigarette and started the bus, passengers began boarding one by one. Some were regular faces, while others were strangers. Everything seemed normal, yet Robert couldn't shake off a strange unease that lingered in his chest, like a shadow from the past. The journey began with the city lights fading behind them. The farther they drove, the lonelier the roads became. It was well past midnight when the bus stopped at an unfamiliar location. A mysterious passenger stood there. His face was obscured by the mist, but his gaze was fixed directly on Robert. Robert hesitated for a moment but eventually opened the door. The man boarded silently, not bothering to buy a ticket or utter a single word. Other passengers exchanged uneasy glances, sensing something off about this new arrival. The bus rolled forward again, but the roads soon turned unrecognizable. Dense trees lined the path, and the surroundings grew darker. Robert suddenly realized they were no longer on their usual route. A nervous female passenger broke the silence. "Driver, where are we going? This doesn't feel right." Trying to mask his growing fear, Robert replied, "It's just a slight detour. We'll be at our destination soon." But even he wasn't convinced by his own words. Suddenly, the lights inside the bus began flickering. A child started crying, and an elderly man muttered nervously, "This road isn't right." "Turn back!" Robert pressed the brakes, but they weren't working. The bus seemed to have a mind of its own, speeding uncontrollably toward a shadowy forest. Panic spread among the passengers, their voices rising in terror. The mysterious man, however, sat motionless, staring straight ahead as if he knew exactly what was coming. Then, without warning, the bus came to a screeching halt. The doors creaked open by themselves, revealing nothing but pitch-black darkness outside. Robert, trembling, moved to the door and peered out, but he couldn't see a thing. The mysterious passenger finally stood up and walked toward the door. "Don't step out!" Robert shouted, his voice cracking with fear. The man turned and smiled, a cold, unsettling smile. "It's time for your secrets to come to light, Robert." A chill ran down Robert's spine. His mind raced back to a memory he had buried 15 years ago. The night he had accidentally hit a man with his bus and left him to die on the side of the road. No one had ever found out. The passenger pulled an old photograph from his pocket and held it up for Robert to see. It was a picture of the very man Robert had killed. Robert staggered backward, his heart pounding. Who are you?" In a voice that seemed to echo from another world, the man replied, "I am the one you left behind, but I haven't come for revenge. I've come to take you where your time ends." The bus doors slammed shut, and with a deafening roar, the ground beneath the bus began to collapse. The passengers screamed in terror as the vehicle descended into the earth, swallowed by an abyss. Time seemed to stop for Robert as darkness enveloped him. Dear friends, if you enjoyed today's video, please support me by leaving a comment and subscribing to my channel, Scary Story. If you have a story you'd like to hear, let me know, and I'll bring it to you. See you in the next videos. Take care, and goodbye.